You're live. Good. I was concerned for a minute. Now let's see if anybody else is live. Pour last my soda in him. What up, Scott? I ain't old man yet. That ain't official until Sunday. Thank you very much. Then I'll qualify as an old man. What up, T-Love? Saddle Tramp? You must be awful damn bored. You've been in here 2 nights in a row. Did I go live last night? Yeah, I think I did. Warwick, what up, mate? That ain't what Grandma said. Don't make me get Grandma on you. She ain't scared of you. I don't care how big you are. You seen the picture of Warwick? She done snatched him bald. And that was over the damn phone, so you better be careful. Long line. What's going on with you, Budro? Your fiance's calling. Oh, dude, I'm in Forney, Texas. Are you still leasing for Prime? No, you ain't talking to me, Lawrence. Well, young man, that bull hauling ain't too bad, from what I hear. Now, Kelly that comes on here, that's what he did for years. He started it as a youngin' because they raised cattle there in Oklahoma. I hear you. Well, come on over here, big boy. Grandma ain't gonna cuddle with you. I is. You moving again, man? Well, I thought about it. I didn't get the opportunity till I was well into my 40s. And that old boy, he offered me 50 cents a mile, which was a lot then. But it only paid one way. So I had to deadhead back for free. Or a quarter mile each way. And I said, I ain't getting in there and fight with no damn cows and stuff for 25 cents a mile. What up, 90? Boy, these damn glasses just ain't working for nothing anymore. You wouldn't like cuddling with Grandma. She got that killer dog that sleeps with her. And as Carlos said, she has that hand cannon. Well, that ain't good. He sold your house. Yeah, evidently, last few days he just ain't been working worth damn. I don't know if they got scratched up or what. I tried cleaning them earlier. Guess I did it again. Or else y'all are just too far away trying to read you on that phone. up there on the dash, and I'm in the recliner or something. All done for the week. Backwoods, what's up? I sat right over there in the dock for 8.5 hours. My load was supposed to be ready at 10 a.m. I got here at 10:15. Didn't have to be here until 11. They won ETA. We gave it to them at 11. And I sat there for 8.5 hours. They put some on me. And then after 8.5 hours, they took it off. Their machine broke. And until they was ready to close, they didn't cut me loose. Me nor dispatch is very happy at the moment. So they're going to find the load to get me out of here and get me home. Well, drink one for me there, mate. Oh, these are just reading glasses we get at the dollar store. I buy about 3 or 4 pairs at a time. Keep one in the truck here, one on the coffee table for my Sunday morning message, one on the table by my recliner, just in case Grandma forces me to read something. And I keep a pair in the car. But at $1 or $2 a pair, I can afford that. So yeah, it was 6:30 or something, 7 o'clock. Dispatcher done went home. She answered her phone. She made a few phone calls. Hell, I knew what the deal was going to be. Ride it out till in the morning. We'll find you something in the morning. Well, instead of trying to get me back to the yard, you're just going to load me somewhere and send me home. Now, who knows how long it'll take. Here comes the train. "14 people and 10 thumbs up. Long white line, if I remember, you're around 30-ish. If you're going to give it a try, now's the time to try it. There's 2 things that I wish I'd tried out here in my career that I won't try now. A bull rack is one, and car hauling is the other one. Now, I hauled a couple different pickups and cars when I was doing flatbeds and drop decks, but not a real parking lot, not a real car hauler. So if you've got a hankering to do it while you're young. So I tell you what, these years fly by on you. Joshua, howdy. Well, they didn't offend me, Joshua. I appreciate the apology. But they was not realistic. And I was trying real hard to control my tongue and not be rude to you. You already know I do have a bit of a sharp tongue at times. And you've been on enough, you've been a decent fella, and I didn't want to be rude and all that, so I decided to, and I was already tired and had a rough day, not as bad as today. But I appreciate the apology, man. No, but it just wasn't realistic for the average wage. If you're making it, rock and roll, dude. You did it the right way. You got it in the right way. But it is not the norm. Well, Saddle Tramp, you come out here nowadays, you'll see a lot of fat flatbedders. Boy, that's hard to say. You're 23? I think you've got what, about 2 years in now or something? At 23, you can't have much more than that. Dude, if you ain't worried about trashing your career, now you're talking about leasing a truck over there. Is that a walk away? Did you ever actually sign the contract with them? But you're at the prime age to give it a whirl. Trucking stories. Is that about the taters out there in Blackfoot? Cedar, it ain't Cedar. Cypress Mulch down there in Florida. That one still cracks Grandma. Grandma was with me on that first go around at Cedar Mulch, Cypress Mulch down there. I go in there 2 months later. Boy, they remembered me. And I told her that, she just died laughing. I bet they did. Good. I'm glad you didn't do that lease thing, man. So yeah, and I talked to them about me coming over, and I wasn't impressed with what they said about new hires, much less one with the experience I've got. So personally, I don't think you're walking away from much. You're not leaving a career company over there, in my opinion. Of course, that's my opinion. And at 23 and just entering the industry, you need to find your niche. You stayed over there a couple years. You know you're not crazy about dry vans. You have done it. You've got the experience. Try bull racks. You might fall in love with it. Now, it's kind of like eating Brussels sprouts. It's an acquired taste. So, you know, now you get enough experience, you can talk to Warwick and go over there to Australia. You talk about some bull racks. He sent me some videos of their bull racks over there, and it was like, damn. 2 or 3 stories of them and like 3 wagons. I watched some of them videos he sent. Woo, buddy. That happens so much. Well, you're lucky it's only his health. So many of them, the kids take it over and they just trash the money. They go through the money like crazy, and the company finds itself heading into bankruptcy because the little rich, privileged kids finally got a hold of daddy's checkbook and they go stupid. I don't believe your trucking stories either. Well, Warwick, you know yourself, you're no trucking hand. Some stories I can tell y'all, and 3/4 of them would not believe them. You know, it's beyond their scope of what can be done and what has happened in trucks. That's why I'm selective what stories I tell. Well, according to what Warwick was telling me, they do need some drivers over there. Now, you got to understand, that's right-hand trucks, too. Boy, that takes some getting used to, wouldn't it? And they do like their KWs. He just sent me a video, or shared a video with me, of some truck, I think it's a Volvo, that's made in Australia for Australia, because their roads are so different than the rest of the world. Notice how I did that, Warwick? So I would love to go over there and drive. I really would. I don't know about that right hand and trying to shift with your left hand, and boy, that takes some getting used to. Then if I did it, I'd want to run that Outback. I wouldn't want to run all the cities and nonsense. Six decks on a triple road train. You seeing that, Long? Me too, Tramp. Well, I'm sure they're not a bad company. They just wasn't for me when I talked to them. Oh, here's a bull in a china cabinet. Oh, Woods. Oh, that's how this company's going. Everybody's acting like they want to be a mega company. That's my biggest complaint about Larry over here. They're trying to pretend to be a mega company. And it's like, really? You got 60 trucks. Knock it off. But I understand a lot of it is the insurance rules the industry. And he had a couple bad wrecks in the last year or two. So he's got a lot on his plate to have to deal with just to survive. Which, no, I'm not saying he's in survival mode, but he's doing preventive maintenance. No, your pedals are still the same. I'd put the fuel pedal by the door, brake in the middle, and clutch on the far left towards the middle of the truck. That part at least would be good. The thing for me is trying to shift left-handed and then backing up. I'm used to doing this. It'd be different. I think I could adjust. Right, I hear you, Long. What up, John? John Potts? I don't recall seeing you in here before, man. Welcome to the live stream. JJ. Oh, I've been here since the beginning of the video, man. Well, that's just part of it, Long. So many of these new drivers really don't have a clue. So I pulled out of their dock and I backed into one of their trailer spots over here, and I'm going to camp out here for the night. I told dispatch if I had to leave before she got to the office, I'd point it towards Dallas. More than likely, that's where the load to get in come from anyway. Small chance they'll get one out of this place. I don't know if I want to sit around another 8.5 hours to have it canceled. That's true, Tramp. Well, you might, if you're reading that writing on the wall, Long, you might want to make a cut. Okay, well, cool, John. I drive a plastic Pete, man. A plastic throwaway Peter car. try to get all that or get away from part of that, good luck to you. And you got to be careful what kind of trucks are them bull haulers using over there. So many of them anymore. You see Freightliners and Volvos, and back in old school day, that was a Peterbilt, KW, a Mormon. You know, that's what hauled bull racks. A self-pride bull hauler, you wouldn't catch him in a Volvo or a Freightliner with a bull rack behind him. That just wasn't going to happen. And you couldn't keep up with them boys. I've chased a few of them in my day when I drove large cars. And them boys hauled tail. Now, I have not drove for CR England, and I never will. If you're a new driver, I guess they're as good as anybody else to get your start with. Don't really have nothing bad to say about them, because I don't know. I only know them for out here on the road. Their trucks are slow, and they're not in the way as much as some of the companies, but they do get in the way. At least their drivers will hang out in the right lane more often than the middle lane. Well, you don't see them in near the wrecks that you see Swift and some of the others in either. That 2500 ain't too bad long, but Procter & God is a pain in the ass to work with. Oh, I've sat in the dock over here for 8.5 hours, JJ. Then they took what little bit off me they'd put on. Well, now I like the W9s, I ain't gonna lie. You know, if you're a Peterbilt man, that 379 is a good truck. They're both about the same in my opinion, other than I like the looks of the W9 myself. So, your choice, and maybe they'll let you try them both out. I just love the look of a W9 coming down the road at me, and I love the look of it over the hood driving it. They are a little different than what you're used to driving. So learning to back one up, being able to see, will be a little bit of a challenge. And you'll find out fairly quick why you see old school open the door up. On a Peterbilt, you'll see them open the door and move it in and out. That's because it's a lot easier than trying to adjust that mirror, and it's mounted on the door. So instead of adjusting the mirror, you just use the door. Now also, you'll see some of us open the door and step at least 1 foot outside on the top step. And we're standing half in and half out the truck, backing it up. Some of these new drivers, new age drivers out here, they don't understand why you're doing it. They're just talking smack and saying how stupid we are or what a show off we are. They ain't drove it, they ain't been there, they ain't got a clue what they're talking about, but if you go there, you'll learn. I know you got enough old school in you. You'll open that damn door up, step out there, and learn to back it up right. I hear you, Warwick. The old Star car. I've never drove a Star car. and that's what it is on the Pete and the W9. Your stack's going to be right here outside your door. And sometimes it can be a pain trying to see around it. So a lot of times you learn the shortcut. Just step out there. And remember, with any backing up, it's a matter of getting to know your equipment. And if I remember correctly, Saddle Tramp can correct me if I'm wrong, the majority of your bull racks are a split tandem on the back, a fixed split. That means you can't move them trailer axles at all. So where they're set is where they're set. That has a big play in your backing as well. Of course, you're going to learn that you're not going to be backing like a lot of people do. You know, you're going to be backing into chutes and whatnot. Most bull racks do not park at the truck stops, simply because they're polite enough, they don't want to stink everybody out. And a bull rack stinks even if it's been washed. You can still smell it, it just ain't as bad. Why, if you see a bull rack at a truck stop, usually on the fuel island, and you say, "What's that smell?" And he'll look at you and say, "Money." Kind of like getting around them paper mills. You say that in a paper mill town, they'll tell you it smells like money. Oh, did they? He said white turned into Western Star. Oh, no, I didn't do it with my mirrors. It's all in your setup. You know, the other part could be helpful in a tight situation or just to show off. So, I never was a big fan of that, opening your door and stepping out there and do it. I've done it a time or two, but I learned how to back my stuff up with my mirrors. Well, there's a lot to that, Scott. They do run different hours. Well, they used to. I don't know about all the new hours. But I know the bull racks back in the day, they had different hours than us, because once they got that beef on there, they really couldn't stop. You know, all that heat and stuff on that many cows or pigs or whatever they're hauling, that wasn't good for them. Then when you get into wintertime, the cold ain't. So they used to have exceptions to their logging. He'll find that out when he starts logging. He'll find that out when he starts hauling bull racks. Now I want some pictures there along on my Facebook page and stuff. Want a picture of your truck, you and your truck, and the whole ordeal. But eventually we all have to stop. They gotta get their sleep too. They probably do. I don't know. Like I said, with all this new nonsense, I don't know what their regulations are. Angry, what's going on? I hear you, Angry. Well, one of my regulars in there is thinking about going bull rack. I think he's out of the Carolinas though, not the Dakotas. I chased some of them bull racks across Texas back in the day. And don't get me wrong, I see some older fellers doing the bull racks. The thing I was trying to say is get into it young. You don't want to wait to be my age at 60 and get into it and start wrestling them damn cows around. Which I don't know how much of that they have to do. I know they have to do some of it. A lot of it they do from outside, but I know it ain't something for me at my age. But at 23, go for it, buddy. He was right, was he? Well, the other end is 23. Oh, I'm sure I could still do it. Without a doubt. I just don't want to. Yeah, but the key word there, Tramp, is again. Hell, I'm home every weekend and Grandma still thinks I ought to be home more often. I guess she's wanting to divorce or to fight or something, I don't know. I know when I did the rock and roll circuit and I was gone for 6 months, that was not good. But I told her, wanted to do it. It was on my bucket list, and I wanted to get her done. And once I went out with the band, I knew I had to stay. So I got her done. I did it for a year. Turn your work light off. I know you can see that in your mirror. What up, Ricky Long? Oh, I'm starting to think about bed. I've been sitting at this place for 12 hours and 7 minutes. And I got another 8 or 10 to go until I decide to leave in the morning. Or they find me a load. Oh, I got an APU, man. I'm sitting there with APU running right now. Got the window down and AC blowing in the back. Elk, what's up with you, brother? God bless you too. Been doing a lot of political posts on my Facebook page. Y'all already go over to my Facebook page and sign up, join, or whatever you got to do. Hell, I don't know. Somebody stick a link up from my Facebook page for me, please. Might as well stick them all up, the Patreon page and the t-shirts. Fixing to have Little Joe make a couple of t-shirts too. Probably next week. I hear you, Angry. Where you at in South Texas? I live about an hour north of Houston. The wife and she's from down there around the Corpus Christi area. A little town called Ingleside. And what's the other one? Rockdale? Thank you, JJ. Oh, well, hell, if you're Corpus Christi, then you know Port Aransas. That's where I lived for years. That's where I lived when I met Grandma. She lives over there at Ingleside by the bay, or we did for a while. She lived in Ingleside, that whole stretch through there. Rockport and all that. Got a brother-in-law still down there at Port Aransas. Well, unfortunately, I can't do that seafood anymore. Damn it, another trailer with an air leak. Let my seat keep sinking down. Well, I just ate so much of it as a young man. I lived down there on that island. I got Bill Dare up. But I lived down there on the island. I knew all kinds of shrimpers and fishermen and all that. So me getting seafood was not an issue. I had plenty of it. It won't take but a minute. Told you what. My arm don't bend that way very good anymore. There it goes. I hear you, tramp. All right, Rick, good night. Let's see, now my boys, them little parts, they'd go out and do the shrimp boats and stuff and buy the shrimp real cheap. And then they'd go out around the piers and sell it and make them a good profit. Then they bought them some crab traps and whatnot, would go out and catch a stone crab and whatnot and go selling them. They got to be little hustlers. They was well known around our area. Well, that's cool, Warwick. I'm wearing one of mine. I'm wearing the Meet the Man, the Myth, and the Legend. Go Bob, what's up, my brother? Are you in Alaska or are you still out there in New Mexico? No, I have not seen the shrimp pimp. Need y'all go to that link he shared on the t-shirts. And y'all need to grab a t-shirt for me, help support my channel. If you can't afford a whole t-shirt at once, go to the Patreon and sign up and contribute a little bit each month. Do something to help support the channel, please. JJ, put that link up for the shirts again, please. My boy made a whole bunch of them. And they're pretty decent quality shirts. You ain't buying some cheap junk. Warwick's even advertising for me in Australia. Mitch is advertising for me in Canada. They wear my shirts. I got several here in the States that are. And if y'all are a Trump supporter, here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have a couple of Trump shirts made up. At least one. Now, when you go to Alaska, you going to stay up there with the daughter and son-in-law, or is it just another visit? There, he just did that link for you. Now, also, you can go to the About page on YouTube or on the Facebook. Go to the About page and scroll to the bottom. There's a link for it on there as well. And I think Loaded Joe has it set up where they ship out every 7 to 14 days, I think 7 days. He's got different times on them and they just keep re-upping. Yeah, I like this one. It's a pretty heavy shirt. And I've worn it a dozen times and the neck ain't stretched out or none of that. It's holding its form real well. And these are printed. These ain't that iron-on BS. These are printed shirts. What do they call that? Lasered ink or whatever. Overhead crane operator in there moving a big roll of paper. I used to do that with steel. I tried about 1.5 years working in factories when I came out of the Marine Corps. Found out real quick that was not for me. All the drama and soap opera and being trapped inside and noisy and dirty, and they made oil filled pipes, so yeah, it was dirty. And they was open shop. That meant half of them was union, and them union boys got their pick of the jobs and we got the trash. So if something broke down, the union boys got to pick and I got the trash. I don't know about the best job in the world, but I got a job. You think you grow into it? Well, you need to shrink a little bit more and then order a second one, see? Well, me too, Bob. You need to come over Texas way before you go to Alaska. What you gonna do with all your goats? I guess you're selling out, huh? Your boys are all grown and gone now. No one to sit on the deck and drink a beer with. I got you. Now you go up there and spoil a granddaughter. Michael, what's up? Yeah, it has been a while. Glad you could make it in tonight. I'm getting a few old hands coming in that I ain't seen in a minute. But I don't do these near as often as I used to. I just got on again tonight so I wouldn't go to sleep so early. Sat over there in that dock so long, I done looked at all the videos and news nonsense that I could stand for one day. Warwick, damn it. Just because I'm smoking don't mean you have to. You're having a beer and I'm not. Well, hello there, Miss Hangry. How you doing, dear? Hangry, you know I'm the chick magnet. Now, once your wife sees me and hears me, don't blame me when she gets a crush on me and gives you the cold shoulder. It happens every time somebody brings their wife on and turns them onto my channel. Oh, you know, don't blame the chick magnet. It just happens, man. I can't help it. Well, that's cool, Michael. I used to love driving my nights, man. That was about the best time to drive back in my time. Nowadays, with what I do, I have so many drops that it's daytime driving. But back then, you didn't have fight with near as much traffic. Oh, don't worry, Hangry. The Lord does have mercy. Join me Sunday mornings, 9 o'clock. I'll explain some of it to you. Every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time. Oh, I know it, Warwick. And you don't want to give up smoking and drinking, right? Okay, so you keeping your goats and put them on your buddy? Well, if he takes care of them, man, that's awesome. Now, I had them pygmy goats, and I really wanted bad when I bought my little farm to start a little hobby farm. But that just didn't work because with me being gone, Grandma couldn't take care of them worth a damn. So I wound up getting rid of them. But them little pygmy goats can be a pain in the butt. They're cool, but they can be a pain in the butt. And chickens, I love chickens. I'd let my chicken down, let them free range. Then I'd step outside and whoop for them, and boy, they'd all come running. There ain't nothing like seeing an old hen with her head struck out to get. Got a 84-year-old lady lives across the road from me. We're on a dead-end private road. Well, it ain't really private, but it should be. She feeds the wild birds out back of her place. Boy, once them chickens found out about that, she was calling Grandma up. I don't mind them coming over in the front yard, but now they're eating all my chicken feed, or my bird feed. Oh, Grandma was having a rough time anyway, so there was a lady that was needing chickens and couldn't afford any. I just called her up and said, come get them. I think we had about a dozen hens and a couple roosters. I just gave them to her. Well, you know, come Sunday, I'm probably going to have me a drink or two there, Warwick. We'll see what happens with my weekend. This whole ordeal here today, it screwed me up bad. Now we'll see what the fallout is tomorrow. See over here, it's cluck, cluck, cluck. Oh, I love watching chickens. All right, brother, you get your good night's sleep. We got Paul that comes on here, Paul Boatman. He does the cotton every year. He's up there in Arkansas doing it. So he's been at it for a month or so now. But good night, man. Good night, darling. Y'all enjoy your evening. All right, Bob, take it easy, man. Glad you got to stop in. Everybody's starting to abandon me. All right, brother. Hope you join us Sunday morning. I would show you what I'm looking at, but really ain't much to see. US 80 over there is all that traffic. Them docks right there is where I sat all day. See that over there? That's part of the factory over there. That's Old Glory. And the Texas flag, of course. Come on, switch back around. There we go. All right, Warwick. Yeah, hell, it's early in the morning for you, ain't it? Good night, mate. Glad you made it in, brother. Get smaller, so you got to order another shirt. Oh, you said must be. I thought you said it was time. No, hell, it's what, noon over. Oh, already Friday over there. That's right. Well, I don't know what Grandma's got planned, if anything, for the weekend. So if she ain't got something planned, I might give me a steak and cook it. But hell, I'm liable to do that any weekend. Might do me some poppers. I might actually break out the grill now that it's cooling off. A young man that works for me, he wants to take me out to Chinese for my birthday on Sunday. We'll see. I hear you. Actually, I just had steak tonight. Me and Grandma got some on sale, and I cooked it up over the weekend. I cooked it my way in a skillet, cast iron skillet at that. She likes throwing it always in the oven, and it gets too dried out for me. So I cooked it my way. Then I brought some out with me. I got one more dish of it back there. Then I brought me a taco salad. Now remember, I didn't come out till Tuesday. So that taco salad, that fed me 2 meals. Put all the lettuce and fixings in a Ziploc baggie and the cooked up meat in a bowl. And I was set. All right, folks, I'm pushing an hour on here. It's going on 10 o'clock. Oh, it's after 10 o'clock. I'm going to get off here and call it a night. Glad y'all stopped in and visited with me. Y'all remember, the good Lord loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Good night. That's right, Ralph. Cast iron's the only way to go.